Hey guys, and welcome back. And we got another exciting episode of Primal Nerds. It's a little delayed, but you guys have already seen the unboxing of the miniatures game and the Dyson token set. We'll take a quick look at it. And I was thinking, why don't we try something different on this channel, which we haven't done when it comes to these openings for these miniature games, and been looking really forward to this set especially. But why don't we go ahead and look at a little bit of gameplay and get kick-started off of what a beginner will get to look at and how it plays for you guys newcomers out there. Again, I'd like to thank WizKids for sponsoring this video. If it wasn't for you, we would have this cool stuff to show to all you guys out there. So stay tuned. And again, let's see what the miniatures game has in store for you beginners.
Well, first off, let's get the Dyson token set. As you can see, we got looks like Miles Morales, Rhino, Doc Ock, Green Goblin, Gwen Stacy, and Spider-Man himself. There's some pretty cool guys in there. Now, I do know some of these are the Doc arms, which, like I said, we've seen most of these before, but gotta love those red and blue Spidey dice. That's just cool. I'm a huge Spider-Man geek. Everybody should know that already. What we got here is that's Fury. That's from, I think, Spider-Man Noir. That should be red, right? Yeah, Checkpoint Red, and these four should be, oh, that's Mysterio. A Mysterio Mystic thing. Another one here. Does he not come with the Doc arms? I thought they did. This is... Oh, Penny Parker. Oh, another Mysterio. Okay, so we don't get the Doc arms. That's right. I got so confused. I thought there were Doc arms in that one. I guess not. I was wrong. All right, so there's the Dyson token set. All right, the miniatures game. For all you new players out there, this is the best thing that you can get your hands on. You're going to get 10 awesome looking figures. You got the Spider-Man crew here, along with a Sinister 6 or Sinister 5, a Fearsome 5. Hey, we got 2 more dice. That's cool. And then you get all this cool goodies here, which is actually got the new powers and abilities card, which actually has all the new modified rules on it, which is awesome. Not to mention my favorite part about this whole thing here is going to be the terrain. As you've seen from the Play at Home kits, there's terrain and how they work. And this one has so many. So I'm looking forward to it. I think there's supposed to be, oh, there it is, the anchor. Yeah, I can't wait to 3D print that. Anyways, so yeah, we're working on some 3D prints too as well for all the terrain stuff. So whenever that comes out, well, we should let everybody know, and you guys can get your hands on it. And there's that. Get your figures. You've got the 2-point values of your cards here, of your figures for a beginner, intermediate, I guess you could say, not so much expert, intermediate. And you've got the 2 maps, which you've seen both sides of this from the Play at Home kit. You've got the construction side. I think that one's like Daily Bugle, I believe. We'll have to like open it up and actually see what it is. And it should be, yep, it's the Daily Bugle. So you've seen these 2 maps on the Play at Home kits. Again, the smaller maps, it's just the 2x2, so which is awesome. Makes it smaller, gives it more of a chance for action. But why don't we go ahead and set up the first game and see how a beginner can get into the new Heroclix set.
All right, for scenario A, their latest robbery foiled, the Sinister Six are fleeing from Spider-Man with what riches they could grab. Spider-Man and his friends are in pursuit, trying to reclaim the stolen money and bring the villains to justice. The Spider-Man team consists of Spider-Man, Spider-Woman, and Spiderling, all at 30 points. So this is the A version, so the cheaper beginner version, very far less abilities. Then you get the Sinister Six team of Shocker, Mysterio, and Hydro Man, also at 30 points. You get 2 actions per each turn per player, and the map is the construction site, only sides A through H8, so it's just that one square. And you turn it over and it tells you here, setup and rules. I'm supposed to place dropped loot special markers in squares D4, D5, E4, E5. Each player may place 1 terrain marker on the map. So as you can see, there's the 4 loot. And we started off the beginning, we just made it simple so they're the same. It looks like it's a barrel here and a barrel down there. Those are the 2 terrain markers we used. All characters have power. Choose an adjacent dropped loot marker and place it on the character's card, or place a dropped loot on this character's card in an adjacent square. When a character with a dropped loot on their card is KO'd, place their dropped loot in the last square they occupied. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to pick these up, take it back to the very last row, because with the new rules of the maps, the way they work is it's no longer a set area, it's the last row along the edge of your map edge. You got to take them back to your line here, and that's how you score it per each character. At the end of the game, each player notes how many drop loot markers are on the character's card and in their starting area. These can be spent for bonuses in future scenarios as described on the loot card, which is really cool. I got the loot card there. I haven't looked at it yet because I want to be surprised on what happens, but it's kind of cool. It's giving you almost like an RPG feel where you're leveling up your characters, you're getting bonuses, and I think that's awesome. So the win conditions for Spider-Man are KOing all opposing players, and then you go to scenario B, or Sinister Six, same thing, KO all opposing players, proceed to scenario C. So let's go ahead and see what the Crime Interrupted scenario A plays like. So let's go ahead and roll off to see who goes first. First we'll do Sinister Six. They get a 4. Spider Friends, they get a 6. So 4 to 6. Spider Friends will go first. So let's go ahead and start it off. Spiderling has sidestep, so it kind of puts her at an advantage. So we're gonna go 1, 2. Use her power action to pick up the loot token, and we're going to place it on her card. That will be her turn for the time being. Next up, what we're going to do is we're going to move Spider-Woman, I think, over here to this hindering terrain marker here, and she's going to use Outwit. Actually, what's her range? Her range is 4, so 1, 2, 3. Oh, just out of range. So that's just going to be her turn for the time being. That's sad. I didn't look at the range. So next up, we have the Sinister Six. First thing that's going to happen is Hydra Man is going to use telekinesis, and he is going to move Mysterio up 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, actually, we'll probably put him here. So what he's going to do for right now is he's just simply going to Smoke Cloud 5, and we'll put one on him, and 6. This way Hydra Man are actually pretty well protected, so they get a little bit more defense. So next up we have the Spider Friends again. So on this one, Spiderling is going to sidestep back to right here. She's going to use her second power action, and what she's going to do is drop her loot right here on this spot and score some for the Spider Friends. So that's her second activation. First off, we'll use Spider-Woman to outwit Mysterio's Smoke Cloud, so he can't use it next turn. And Spider-Man's going to go ahead and move up. He's got hypersonic speed 3, and he's going to sit there for the time being because he can't really do anything right now. Spider-Woman will rest this turn. Shocker is going to go ahead and move up, and he's going to move to 1, 2, 3, 4, and sit right there. So that way he's in range of Spider-Man. And then the smoke clouds go away. Mysterio can't use Smoke Cloud this turn, so what he's going to do is he will probably rest, and Hydro Man will actually move up. He's going to just move up here adjacent to Mysterio, so that way Mysterio can be used later, and he's going to take his second action this turn, and that will be the turn for the Sinister Six. Spiderling cannot go, but she can still sidestep, so she's going to sidestep up 1, 2, end her activation there, and she will rest this turn. And Spider-Man is going to use his power action to pick up this loot marker, place on this card, and he will be done for this turn too, which leaves him open though for Shocker to attack him. Spider-Woman is going to, she's just going to use Shape Change, she's going to outwit the Shape Change and target Mysterio for just a direct attack. So we're looking at an 11 on an 18. Ooh, that doesn't help, but luckily Spiderling has probability control, which she will use. Oh, that's just as bad. So no luck there.
Sinister Six. So Mysterio, what he's going to do is now that his smoke cloud is free, he's going to use it again to protect what he can. So, and 6 to cover all that up so that you get a little bit more protection there. And that will be his turn. Hydro Man will rest his turn because he has to. We'll use that token to put on Mysterio. Shocker's going to go, but what he's going to do is he's going to use his Pulse Wave so that Spider-Man can't use his super senses. So what we're going to do is an 11 on an 18. 11 on an 18 has got a range of 4, so it actually hits Spiderling too. Wait, 1, 2, yeah, hits Spiderling too. So 18s, so 11 on 18. That is a 6. That's a 17, so it misses. Luckily, it's no one, so that's good for the Spider Friends. Spiderling will sidestep up, grab a drop loot marker as her power action, and place it on her card. Spider-Man's gonna have to rest this turn. We'll put the token here. And Spider-Woman is going to try and go again. This time she is going to outwit the shape change again on Mysterio and try to attack him, which is an 11 on a 19 because he's in smoke. So she needs an 8. Doesn't get it. Spiderling will probability control that again, needing that 8. And it's a 7, just barely misses. And so she is done again. Sinister 6, the clouds go away. Hydro Man is going to TK Mysterio up to here. So that way the Spider Friends have to break away in order for them to get away with these loot tokens. So Shocker will rest, use this for him. Oh wait, he actually didn't go yet, so I apologize. Hydro Man went. Mysterio is going to try and attack Spiderling to get rid of that probability control. So we're looking at a 10 on an 18, needing an 8. It misses by 1, luckily for the Spider Friends. As Spiderling is going to try and do a sidestep breakaway. Misses it. Now she's going to try just do an actual move action to get out of there. And she gets it, so she actually breaks away from Mysterio. And we're going to place her here, ready for the next turn to place the dropped loot marker. Then we'll have Spider-Man. Spider-Man is actually going to try and punch Mysterio. So we're looking at 11 on an 18. He needs a 7. Ooh, that is a 5. Cannot be seen by Spiderling because of the elevation terrain. So that's going to miss. Spider-Man gets a marker. And that will be the turn for the Spider Friend. Now, Shocker is not going to use Pulse Wave because he doesn't want to hit Mysterio. So we're going to leave him open. And what he's going to do is he's going to shoot Spider-Man. And we're looking at an 11 on an 18. And let's see if we can get it. Ooh, that is a crit miss. So he actually takes a click of damage. That is a horrible outcome. Well, Mysterio will rest this turn because he has to. And we'll place a marker on that. That is horrible. Hydro Man is actually going to try and target Spider-Woman. So a 10 on a 17. So let's see what happens. That is a 6. Does not hit. So that'll be his turn as well. Spider-Man is going to rest because she has to. Spider-Woman is going to outwit Mysterio's shape change. So that way he can't use it against Spider-Man when he's doing it. And she's also going to attack Mysterio. So we're looking at an 11 on an 18. Ooh, that misses. But Spider-Man can see her. So we're going to do it again. That is a 7. And what she needed was a 7. So she hits for 2 damage. Can't do anything about it, so we're going to go 1, 2. Now Mysterio loses his shape change, but now he gets mind control and mastermind, which is good right now because he can't target anybody. So Spider-Woman went. Now we're going to do Spider-Man. Spider-Man's going to try and attack. He's actually going to try and use hypersonic speed and attack Mysterio. first, so that way he can run away and get himself back here into the starting area to drop the loot marker the next turn. So we're going to use an 11 on a 17. He needs a 6. And he got a 4 and can't do anything about it. Oh, that's horrible. We go back to the villains. Hydro Man will rest because he has to. Mysterio is going to try and mind control Spider-Man. So it's an 11 on an 18. He needs a 7. And he misses it. That is a 5. So he's done. Shocker is going to try and shoot Spider-Man. It is a 10 on an 18. Needs that 8. That's a 6. That doesn't work either. Man, the Sinister Six are not getting any luck at all. Spider-Man is going to rest. Spiderling is going to use her power action and drop the other dropped loot marker. And then she is going to sidestep up 1, 2 to right here, setting her up for another turn to pick up the other loot marker. So the Spider Friends are actually about to run away with this game. So that's her. Next up, we are going to use Spider-Woman to outwit Mysterio's mastermind, so he can't use it next turn. And then she is also going to shoot him. So we got an 11 on a 17. Let's see if she can get this. Needs a 6. Doesn't get it. Spider-Link can see her, so with prop control, she gets to go it again, needing that 6. And she got the 6. That is awesome. So it's going to be 2 more damage on Mysterio. So it's 1, 2. This is his last click, so this is not looking good for Mysterio. Hydro Man is going to come up and move into position here. Shocker will rest. Mysterio is going to try one last time to mind control Spider-Man. A 12 this time on an 18. So, needing a 6 this time. And he gets it. Spiderling can't do anything because it's in the way. So, Mysterio mind controls Spider-Man. So what he's going to do is he's going to try to attack Spiderling. An 11 on an 18, needing a 7. And he gets it. Spiderling can see Spider-Man, so she makes him re-roll that. Still needing that 7. And still gets it with an 8. So Spiderling is hit for 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. That is not looking good. That was a very, very lucky roll for Mysterio. Spider Friends. Spider-Man has to break away with this loot so that way they can score another point. So he's going to try again. Use hypersonic speed to punch Mysterio. So we're looking at an 11 on a 17. 11 on a 17, needing a 6. He gets it. He gets it. So he's going to put the 3 damage on Hydro Man instead. So that's 1, 2, 3, which actually makes Hydro Man more dangerous because now he has Close Combat Expert. And he just put himself in front of everybody. So Spider-Man does that. He actually got the attack, so now he's got to try and break away from it, which he does not get. So now he's still stuck in that same position. So then Spiderling is going to try and attack Hydro Man. Willpower. Let's see if she can get the willpower off first, which she does not. So we're going to go back and she's going to try and attack Hydro Man. It's a 10 on a 10 on a 17, needing a 7. Ooh, that's a crit miss, but she will prob that. She gets the 7. That is amazing for 2 damage. 1, 2. Hydro Man is out of action. That is good news for Spider Friends. Spider-Woman is going to outwit Mysterio's mind control, because it's the one thing that can really deter the Spider Friends right now. Mysterio can't do anything, so he has to rest. Shocker is going to try and shoot Spider-Man again. A 10 on an 18, needing that 8. Oops. Well, that's a 5. And that's, ooh, that right there, friends, is going to be knockback, which at this point we're not really going to get to see because it's Spiderling's in the way, but that is a hit and a really good hit. So now he is going to take Oh wait, Spider-Man gets to roll his super senses with the Spider-Man team ability and his super senses, so it's a 4, 5, or 6, which he makes. So again, just not looking too good for the Sinister Six. Spider-Woman is going to outwit, again, the mind control on Mysterio, so he cannot use it. And then she's also going to attack him. An 11 on a 17, needing a 6. She gets it, this time with knockback that we can actually use. So he's going to get hit for 2, and then he would get knocked back 1 space down here, which would be another click of damage because he dropped elevation. So that would be 2 from her plus the 1 from falling. So he would take 3, but he only needs 1, so Mysterio is now out of action. Now, Spider-Man doesn't have to break away. He is going to move down here in place to be able to drop the one of his, or the one that he's holding, his loot marker. Next up, that's it. That's actually it because she can't go because she's tokened up. He's actually going to use his pulse wave. 1, 2, 3, and hit her so that she can't use super senses. So it's a 10 on a 17, needing a 7. And he gets it. She's going to try and she doesn't have prob anymore, so it doesn't matter. So she's going to get hit for 1, which I think is all she needs. Oh no, she's still alive. Wow. Oh, she got sidestep back. So what she's going to do is she's going to sidestep to here, use her power action to pick up the last dropped loot marker. And then that will end her turn. Spider-Woman is going to run 1, 2, 3, 4 to here. She is going to outwit the pulse wave, so he cannot use it. And that will be her turn. He's got to rest. She gets tokened up. Cannot do anything, so he's done, which is sad because the Spider Friends are going to run away with this one. Spider-Man is going to use his power action, and he's going to drop that loot and be done. And what Spiderling is going to do is she's going to sidestep 1, 2, and then she will move 1, 2, 3 to there, ending her turn. Spider-Woman is going to outwit that pulse wave again, so he can't use it. But the best target for him is actually Spider-Woman, so he's going to try and take aim and shoot her. A 10 on a 17, needing a 7. Can we take out 1 person? That is going to be a knockback, so she takes 2 damage. So goes 1, 2, gets knocked back 1 off of elevated terrain, which is another marker. And she is not knocked out. So even though that was a great last attempt for Shocker to get something out of this, that was all he can do. Spider-Man is going to hypersonic speed, half movement, so 1, 2, 3, 4 to here, and he is going to close combat attack Shocker because he has energy shield deflection, so he doesn't want to shoot him. He gets a +2 to his defense. We don't want to do that. So right now it's going to be an 11. On a 17, needing a 6, which he gets with a crit hit. That is amazing. So he does 3 damage plus another for 4 damage, and that is going to take Shocker out. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and he is knocked out. Plus, he would have taken another click. He would have knocked back 1 for another click of damage. So he would have actually gotten 5 damage off that attack. So that 1 hit would have KO'd him immediately from the beginning of the game. So the Spider Friends come out victorious. They have claimed all 4 of the loot markers, knocked out all 3 of the Sinister Six. And what do these guys get? Well, let's take a look at the loot card.
In Scenario A, players may end the game with a count of dropped loot markers. For the Spider-Man team, this means greater renown and acceptance from the city. For the Sinister Six, this means more cash to fund their criminal enterprises. At the start of each scenario, beginning with the first player, each player may spend 1 dropped loot marker to turn a 30-point character on their force to their 40-point line. Spent markers don't return. So basically, you're getting the opportunity to go from the beginner
figure to the intermediate or more experienced figure. So this is really cool. So in that right there, it tells you. So we have all 4 for the Spider Friends. So they actually are they get the opportunity to spend all 4 if they want to on the next scenario. That is really, really powerful for the winning team. So that is really cool to have that RPG experience element into the game, and that was pretty much one-sided. The Spider Friends got away with that one. It was nothing the Sinister Six could do. Well, there you go, guys. There is the first scenario A of the new miniatures game. Especially if you're a beginner player, this is the perfect opportunity for you to learn the mechanics, learn the rules, learn how it's played in a very short, compact game. If it's one-on-one, there'll be a lot more tactical in that aspect. This one, for some reason, the Spider family just ran away with this one. They just a lot of good synergy. If I had read the powers and abilities of these characters before I placed them down for the matchup, I probably would have put Hydro Man next to Shocker instead, so that way he could have TK'd Shocker up and just pulse waved on turn 1. The super senses and the Spider-Man team ability wouldn't even have been in effect because he would have negated all of that. And he could have, turn 1, hit every single one of them for 1 point of damage, which would have been devastating for some of them. Actually, no, the stats really don't change on any of these guys, except for really Spider-Woman. She goes down 1 point in attack, so it really wouldn't affect it too much. So, but either way, that would have been a very effective turn for the Sinister Six, and setting them up for a really good turn 2. So, in hindsight, I would have changed that up. Hydra Man would have been next to Shocker to set up that initial alpha strike attack. Would have been really cool. But other than that, the RPG element of these loot tokens, getting to use them to level people up for the next missions, I think is a really cool idea. It's something new that I love about it. So it gives that RPG feel for everything. We didn't get to see the objects used. I was trying to set up Hydra Man to pick up one of these barrels and use it for an attack so we get to see what it looked like for the first time. It would have been really cool. But we did get to see knockback come back, taking that damage. That was really cool. We got to see it twice, we got to see it once. Twice if Shocker was at full health, but still really cool to see. I love the mechanic is back. I love that terrain, the way it's being used, is back. Didn't get to see it, but it would have been really cool. No one here has super strength, and the only one that could have done anything really is Hydro Man, because he has telekinesis. So other than that, really cool. I love these scenarios. I can't wait to see what the rest of this game or this RPG scenario brings to us. I think it'll be really cool. I want to especially use more of these characters. So let's see what more of this can do. And again, thank you, WizKids, for letting us get to experience this game, getting to see what kind of new elements you're bringing back to the game, along with like knockback, terrain, all the goodness, all the rules changes. I love them. Keep doing what you're doing. Again, thank you for this amazing game. And if you guys want to get your hands on something like this, be sure to check out your local game store, see if they got some Heroclix tournaments. Try to get your hands on this miniatures game. Really, really cool. Again, if you also, what would you think is the best aspect of this miniatures game, especially this new one? For me, it's the RPG, the element of the loots and stuff. I think it's really cool. But anyways, if you like what you see and you want to see more, like, subscribe, tickle that bell notification so you don't miss any more episodes from us. And as always, later, nerds.